Hello again, everyone, and welcome to another Inside Lowell podcast as we go inside the Pirates, the Massachusetts Pirates. I am your host, Teddy Panos, coming to you from the WellPoint Studios here in downtown Lowell. Unicare is now WellPoint. New name, same commitment to Massachusetts and to its members. At WellPoint, your whole health is their whole point. And we thank our friends at WellPoint for helping to make this podcast and all of our Inside Lowell podcasts possible. Also want to take a moment to thank our friends at Washington Savings Bank. Make the switch now to Washington Savings Bank. TMI Properties, from affordable to luxurious apartments for all. Boston North Company, business solutions for restaurant and retail. Mahoney Oil, providing warmth and protection since 1925. Francis E. Prevention Insurance, the agency Greater Lowell Trusts, and, of course, by the Massachusetts Pirates themselves, bringing all the action and excitement of arena football to the Tsongas Center here in the Mill City. And we're very excited to welcome to this edition of Inside the Pirates the starting quarterback for your Pirates and one of the team's longtime stars. Alejandro Bennifield is joining us on the Zoom line. How are you, Alejandro? Good to have you with us here. It's been a while that we've been trying to get you on here. You know, we always want to talk to the starting quarterback, so it's good to finally get you here. Is your audio turned on? I think you may have muted yourself there. There we go. Now
can you hear me now?
Yeah, now I can hear you perfectly.
Yes, sir.
Let me try that again. Welcome,
yes, sir.
Alejandro. Good to have you here.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Does it feel good to be back home in the Lowell area after what it was really a month on the road, right? 3-game road trip plus a bye week in there.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have spent a lot of time away from home recently.
Yeah, it always feels good coming back home, playing in front of our home crowd. We've been on a away game stretch, and it's been a little difficult for us, but we're back. We're ready to make some plays for our home crowd.
Well, we're certainly looking forward to that indeed. This is your 4th year with the Pirates, right?
5th year, actually.
A 5th year, actually. Okay, I missed one summer.
Yes, sir.
That's so you're one of the grizzled vets of the team. How has the move been from, you weren't that far away in Worcester, but anytime you kind of change routine, change a home field, etc., it has to be an adjustment period. How has it gone for you so far?
It's been a smooth transition, honestly. Jawad and the staff here have made it real easy for us just to transition as far as our apartment living and transitioning into the new arena. And our fans have been great. So we've had that same support that we had from Worcester, maybe even better. And we've been winning games ever since.
How does the Tsongas Arena compare to the venue that you played at in Worcester, but also to some of the ones that you've been playing at through the years?
The Tsongas Center has a great energy. They do a great job. They put on a great production, and the fans get loud every time we make a good play or score a touchdown, and that's all you can ask for. We can handle the rest.
Yeah. How are you doing health-wise? I know you kind of missed some time there, left a game early, missed a game completely. Are you back to full speed now?
Oh, yes, absolutely. It's just early in the season, and they know it's a long season, so they try to give me a break whenever they can here and there. We had a couple bye weeks mixed in, so they wanted to ensure that I had the best health going into this, I think, 7-game stretch that we have right here.
Yeah. We chatted with your backup, Connor Dagenhart, who's actually a local kid from Westford, not too far away from here. And he kind of credited you for helping him in that week that he kind of had to, at the last minute was told, hey, you're going to start. And he credited you and the coaching staff for getting him prepared and for what ultimately turned out to be a great performance. Is that something you kind of see yourself doing in the future when your playing days are done, moving into the coaching ranks?
Yeah, I've actually looked into coaching for a while now. I coached at my high school a couple of years ago. And as far as I see it, any backup quarterback, even if I'm the backup quarterback, I just like to make the guys around me better and try to get them to where my mindset is or what I'm thinking about as a quarterback and have their eyes where my eyes are so that they can be the best version of themselves.
Speaking of backup quarterbacks, I kind of looked at your background, and that's something you endured an awful lot of, right? Even in high school, you didn't step in as a freshman or a sophomore. It
Yes,
took you
sir.
some time. College, kind of the same situation, and even when you finally got to the Pirates, you were
Mhm.
the backup, and then 2021 hit, and through
Yep.
injury, you got your opportunity. You
Yes, sir.
seized it, and you've never really looked back, have you?
No, sir. I think that process of being a backup for a while, just throughout my career, kind of shaped who I am as a leader and who I am as a person preparing for any game. I always prepare like I'm a backup. I don't get comfortable thinking that my job is secure or whatever. I just come in ready to work. If I'm starting, I'm not, or if I'm not, I'm going to put in the same work ethic.
And that year that you seized the role, 2021, happened to also be the year the Pirates won their first, and to this point, only
Yes, sir.
championship. And you capped it off by being named the MVP in the championship
Absolutely.
game, the United Bowl. Talk about that feeling and what it was like. Really, I mean, you still have a lot of playing days ahead of you, but that kind of had to be the culmination of all those years of sweat and work. It had to make it all feel worth it, didn't it?
Yes, it was actually very special for me because I had been to a few championships before and we didn't come out with those wins. I've had conference championships in college that we've won, but not the not winning the last game of the season. And getting to do that was very special, something I'll never forget. And they named me the MVP, but I like to credit the pieces that I had around me. I had the best offensive line in the league, the best receiving core, the best defense that we could find, and those guys balled out, and I just kind of filled in the pieces.
How does the game change for you, the indoor game, as opposed to what you played growing up in the outdoor game? You played some pro football outdoors as well. I believe it was XFL and what. How is the arena game, the indoor game, different from a quarterback's point of view?
It's a lot of footwork and timing. I know there are a lot of guys that come in from outdoors. They have big arms. It doesn't necessarily matter in the indoor game because the field is smaller. And if you're behind on passes, if you're throwing the ball late, they're going to get intercepted, or guys are going to run into the wall. So you kind of have to adjust your footwork and your timing with the receivers just to make sure that you're accurate and give those guys enough time to make plays once they catch it.
It looks like the game is sped up, at least for those of us who are sitting in the stands or watching it on our home TVs or computer screens, etc. How do you get it to slow down? Quarterbacks always talk about, it takes a while, especially for the inexperienced ones, to get the NFL game to slow down around them, or the college game at the top level. How long did it take you to get it to slow down for you, especially the indoor version?
I would say maybe halfway through that the season in 2021. Uh, Once I had maybe 5 or 6 games under my teams may have been trying to attack us. Once you see it once or twice, you kind of figure it out and just hold yourself accountable and continue repping those same looks and having your eyes in the right places and making sure that your technique is sound. And just after enough repetitions, it'll seem natural to you.
All right, we're
I feel
chatting.
like that would be the same in any profession, at any job.
We're chatting with Alejandro Bennifield, quarterback for the Massachusetts Pirates, here on this Inside the Pirates podcast. Let's look ahead. Saturday afternoon game, 1 o'clock. You guys gonna have to change your routine and wake up a little earlier, aren't you?
Sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. I think it'll be in our favor. We got a lot of guys coming out of college, so they're used to those afternoon games of us.
So, what do you know about the your opponent this week, Northern Arizona, the Wranglers, as they're called?
We have a good team coming in here this Saturday. A team that'll definitely give us a good test. Uh, we've been playing a lot of the teams that are under 500 as a team coming off of a loss, and having to respond against a team that could be a potential playoff contender.
Yeah, this is kind of a big week for you guys. I've looked at the standings. You've been atop the Eastern Division since week one when you pulled off that
Yes, sir.
great comeback in Green Bay, and suddenly you look today and you're now looking up at somebody in the standings and in a tie for second
Yep.
place. Important. I imagine that's something the coaching staff and even you guys as leaders on the team are stressing to everybody. It's time to get down to business.
Absolutely. I think that making these mistakes early or taking these losses early can kind of get a team to tighten up a little bit and lock in, opposed to having these losses late in the season and now you're just trying to figure out what went wrong. You can kind of figure out what you're good at and what you need to work on early in the season and catch your stride going into the playoffs.
All right. Well, we certainly wish you luck. We're excited to get back to the Songa Center and see you guys in person, and hopefully a little home cooking brings you a W. Thank you for joining us, Alejandro.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
All right. That is Alejandro Bennifield, starting quarterback for the Massachusetts Pirates, joining us here for our Inside the Pirates podcast. Apologize, the wonders of technology and the internet there. We had a little bit of audio and video cutting out, but I think you got the gist of it. And now you have a little better idea who your starting quarterback is for the Massachusetts Pirates. Till next time, everybody, stay safe.